Welcome to CUBN, this is Christians United Broadcasting Network. I'll be your host today. My name is Troy. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to see my show, which is the CUBN News Hour. You can get in contact with us at www.cubnlive.com. Don't forget to subscribe on the bottom of the box. The box right down the bottom of the screen. Little box. You click on it with your mouse, and then a little other screen pops out and says subscribe. You click on it and you're good to go. This 6,000-year-old ancient grain from a cave near Masada reveals much about agriculture history in Israel. How can a grain last that long? Woo! This archaeological remains provide a unique opportunity for us to finally sequence a Chalcolithic plant genome. I apologize for that. It's a complicated word. Alright? barley grains from the Chalcolithic period. I said it right. 6,000 years ago, have become the oldest plant genome ever to be sequenced, announced a team of Israeli and international researchers in the journal Nature Genetics. The barley grains and tens of thousands of other plants remains were retrieved from the remote Yoram cave, near one of Israel's most popular heritage sites, the famous Masada fortress overlooking the Dead Sea. The painstaking excavation process was headed by Yuri Davidovich from the Institute of Archaeology. Archaeology. I can't say the word. The Hebrew University of Jerusalem and Nimrod from the Zinman Institute of Archaeology, University of Haifa, Ehud West of Bar-In, University in Ramat Gan, led the archaeobotanical analysis. The entrance of Yoram Cave in an almost vertical cliff some 4 meters above the trail leading to the cave. Photo by Ehud West. The entrance of Yoram Cave in an almost vertical cliff some 4 meters above the trail leading to the cave. Now, as you can see in the picture, it's a cave, a tiny hole, and somebody's going to walk in there with that tiny hole. And I don't know how you can do that. It's complicated for me. In order to determine the age of the ancient seeds, the researchers split the grain and subjected half of them in radiocarbon dating, while the other half was used for DNA extraction. For us, ancient DNA works like a time capsule that allows us to travel back into history and look into domestication of crop plants. At distinct time points in the past, said Johannes Krause, director of the Department of Archaeogenetics at the Max Planck Institute for the Science of Human History in Jena, Germany. Ooh. Most examinations of the archaeobotanical I can't say that word. Findings has been limited to the comparison of ancient and modern specimens based on their form and structure. Studying plants and genomic level reveals many more details. Until now, only prehistoric corn has been genetically reconstructed. Left, well, preserved plant remains found in Urim Cave. Write a desiccated barley grain retrieved from the site. Photos by Yuri Dvorachy. Left. Well, okay, they're basically saying right, left, as you can see on the picture. E as how it looks like, and left would be how the grain looks like when it's on the ground, I guess. Left well preserved. All right, blah 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 blah. Right discussion. It is known that wheat and barley were already grown 10,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent, a sickle-shaped region stretching from present-day Iraq and Iran through Turkey and Syria into Lebanon, Jordan, and Israel. It was from there that grain farming originated and later spread to Europe, Asia, and North of Africa, said Tijan Fahima of the University of Haifa, where modern wild forms of those two crops and studied at the Institute of Evolution. Now Steen, who directed the comparison of the ancient genome and modern genomes at the Lebanese Institute of Plant Genetics and Crop Plant Research in Gettysburg, Germany, said the Chalcolithic seeds greatly differ genetically from the wild form found today in the same region. However, they show considerable genetic overlap with present-day domesticated lines from the region, he said. This demonstrates that the domestication of barley in the Fertile Crescent was already well advanced very early. This similarity is an amazing finding considering to what extent the climate, but also the local flora and fauna, as well as the agriculture methods, have changed over this long period of time, said lead author Martin Mascher from the Lebanese Institute, comparing ancient seeds with wild forms of the region and with local barley lines grown by farmers in the Near East enabled Fahima and his colleagues at the University of Haifa and Tel Aviv College of hypotheses that the domestications of barley began in the upper Jordan Valley, far to the north of the Jordan Desert's Urim Cave. Woo! Chris gonna have a field day with this one. This researchers assume that conquistadors and immigrants, Lord have mercy, coming to the region did not bring their own crop seeds from their former homelands, but instead continued cultivating the local adapted strains. This is just the beginning of a new exciting line of research, predicted second lead author Verena Schweinman from Tübingen University of Germany. DNA analysis of archaeological remains of prehistoric plants will provide us with novel insights into the origin, domestication, and spread of crop plants. Lord have mercy. Now that right there was 6,000 years old ancient grain. They basically studied the grain to see if the grain grew there, or did people actually carry the grain from from their homeland and brought it to these areas to reproduce the grain, or was the grain already there? So they're basically doing the scientific trying to find out the DNA and all that on that. All right. I had a hard time reading that, and I understand that the critics are going to have a field day with that. So bring it on. Love you guys. In Jesus' name.